Hey everybody, Jerome Maldonado. So people ask me, Jerome, what are the pivotal points of what has made you successful in life? What is it that is the pivotal turning point that allows you to continue to grow and build your business and create wealth in your life? And I'll tell you that I think about that a lot, and sometimes I think it's a lot of different things, but when it really comes down to it, itself and personal growth is the number one thing that really depicts the difference between winning and losing, the start point, the end point, and where we continue to move and continue to go towards. And so self-improvement comes in a lot of different ways. See, the problem is a lot of people, their external influences, their mom, their dad, their aunts, their uncles, their friends, their cousins, their peers, all the people they hang out with, all the people they've been around their entire life, think the exact same way they think. And if what they knew and did worked, that method of thinking would get them to the level of success that they want. The problem is that those people, as well as yourself, myself, the people we've been influenced, raised by, the influences in the way we thought or think do not depict the way successful people think. Otherwise, everybody in this world would be successful. But unfortunately, success is limited to only about 3% of our population. Now, success sits on a standpoint of many different things. Success in life, marriage, finances. Most people think of success in terms of finances, and I'll tell you that finances plays a big role in regards to success. But you look at the world and the way the world lays out, and you look at people like Mother Teresa. She didn't have a lot of money. She had a vision and a dream. But Mother Teresa was one that continued to move and drive herself just like any successful entrepreneur, right? But a lot of that comes from self-education, from influencing yourself around successful people, self-learning, continuing to grow. And so as you sit here, you look, these are the books right here that I'm working on reading. Most of them I've went through a majority of these books just in the last 30 days. And I don't sit down and read each and every single one of these books from beginning to end. I sit down, I go through the key points in every single one of these books. This book was recommended to me by Ty Lopez. It's called The Civilization and its Disconnects by Sigmund Freud. Okay? Great psychology book. The way the mind thinks, the way people think. Great book right here. Okay? I was just down at Berkshire Hathaway, as most of you guys have seen the last few weeks, and so I picked up a couple of Warren's books, and Charlie Munger's books. This one, Warren Buffett, my Warren Buffett Bible. This book is awesome. Just little hints and tips of Warren Buffett and what he, in little gems that he practices in his life and business. A few lessons from investors and managers. Another Warren Buffett book. Haven't really tapped into this one yet. That's my next one to start going into. I'll let you guys know how this one is. And then there's the old How to Win Friends and Influence People. Look, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this book is amazing. The psychology of selling, the art of business, the way you treat people. I'm very assertive, very aggressive person. And so a lot of times this book helps me keep balance in my life. This book right here, when I know that things aren't going right and I'm feeling a little more aggressive and I know I'm hammering people a little bit more than I should, this book right here is a good turning point book to go back to just to remind myself how to treat people correctly. It helps me. This is like my fine tune. This is like my tune-up. This is like my 3-month oil change in my car, right? This right here keeps me fluid in the way I treat people in business, because sometimes we forget. Sometimes our regular traditional self comes out. This is just one I suggest. Think and Grow Rich. I read this probably about once every couple of years. I don't read this one all the time anymore. I've read a lot of time, many times. The fundamentals. You beginners out there, you high school graduates, you high school students, college graduates, great book. If you're going into business, sales, entrepreneurship, this book right here for life and how to create wealth in your life. Pivotal book. Every entrepreneur has read that book or should read that book. And this is one that I picked up at the airport. Just thought it might be cool to read. Winners Never Cheat by John Huntsman. This guy is an amazing individual. Created a business from nothing and just created wealth in his life. But just a Christian gentleman. just incredible in the way he does things. And he talks about being a perfection, everything you do, and never cheating in life, because when you cheat, you only cheat yourself. This is a great book right here. I wasn't expecting this to be as good as it was. My wife got this book for me. She saw it. She thought I'd like it. Great book. Great book. And then I'm learning a lot. I'm reading this one. This is from a good buddy of mine, a colleague from Adam Flores, The Art of Social Influence. Look, you guys, you folks out there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to influence yourselves around good people. Adam's about 20, not quite 20 years younger than me, but he's quite a bit younger than me. He's done incredibly well, has been creating wealth in in our space and on social media, and he's just done a great job with it. And so I continue to learn even from people that are younger than me, because he's on the cutting edge of what's happening right now, and he's doing incredible things. He's done some incredible stuff for our back office. If you guys have visited our website, his team has done a lot of that, and he's getting ready to launch a big marketing campaign for us. So look, why do I talk to you guys about this? Why do I mention this stuff? Why is it that I'm talking to you guys about self-education? Because when people ask, what is the pivotal point of success in your life? It's not the way I act or the words I choose by day-to-day actions. It's the influences that you continue to put in your mind that allows those words to be the proper words, that allows the actions that I take to be the right actions that I take in my life, the way my brain thinks. And that's the biggest part of everything that you do. When you can create a turning point in your brain that has belief and believability, that is when you'll truly become successful in your life. I remember a mentor of mine asked me years ago, he said, Jerome, if you opened your mailbox today and there was a $10,000 check in your mailbox, you gotta remember this was back in the 90s, and he said, if there was a $10,000 check in your mailbox today with your name on it from a service that you earned doing what you're doing right now, how would you act tomorrow? Would you walk around with a little more pride, your shoulders cocked back, your head up, more confidence? What would the words be like that came out of your mouth? Would you have the believability in what you're doing wholeheartedly? When you act like that and when your confidence is that big and that great, that is when you'll become successful in whatever you're doing. So understand, self-improvement, self-fulfillment starts from books, what you hear, what you put in your ears, the people that you hang around. We'll be down at Thrive next week. I'm in the inner circle with Thrive. And why am I in the inner circle? Because I don't want to be in the crowd. I want to be in the inner circle with everybody that's relevant, all the speakers, all the people that are relevant in that arena. Not that the people out in the crowd are irrelevant. They're relevant too. The whole influence is relevant. But you want to be in the internal game, and you want to bleed out into the external game. Nonetheless, keep your influences, the knowledge, and your learning ability current and continuous, and continue to grow and learn. And I promise that the success that you achieve will multiply tenfold from where you are, and what you've been doing, and where you've been coming from, and where you're going tomorrow. Go out and compound your success.